Hi, this is Rick for EDU Mobile. In this discussion, we're going to begin talking about controllers that hold other controllers. And the first of these is the tab bar controller. Tab bar controllers, and you've seen them, at the bottom of the screen contain a series of tabs. All tab bar controllers are an instance of UI tab bar controller, and they are containers for other view controllers. Each view controller, represented by a tab bar controller, or held by a tab bar controller, so to speak, is represented by a tab at the bottom of the tab bar controller. Now, this tab bar controller picture, or the tabs, actually appear at the bottom of every view controller that is owned by a tab bar controller. The currently selected view controller is highlighted automatically for us. Tab bar controllers are often used to show different views of the same data, but they can be used anytime that we want to have kind of a flat hierarchy of view controllers that the user can select any view that they want that is present in the tab bar controller at the bottom. Now, a tab bar controller gives the user a choice of multiple view controller scenes at will. So the tab bar controller allows the user to pick whatever they want to see that is held by that tab controller as part of its collection of view controllers. Tab bar controllers are typically used as the top level or first shown view controller of an app when they're present. Now, the reason for this is that if we have a view controller at the beginning of our app and all of a sudden we push a tab bar controller on top of it modally, then now we have a bunch of tabs at the bottom. This can be confusing to the user. So what we want to do is, with a tab bar controller, we always have those tabs at the bottom, so the user can always go to whatever section of the application that they want to view. So how are other view controllers connected to this tab bar controller thing? Well, every view controller in a tab bar controller is connected to the tab bar controller it belongs to through a relationship segue. Now, we just connect this like we connect any other segue, and we're going to show a demo. We just choose the relationship item under that segue pop-up that comes up and says, what kind of segue do you want this to be? Now, once you connect it, you can't do anything else with it. That controller, through the relationship segue, is now part of the tab bar controller's hierarchy. So relationship segues don't have identifiers. You can't set an identifier on it. And they cannot be trapped by prepare for segue sender. Now, I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but when we talk about navigation controllers and see a demo there, we'll see that you must have an identifier with navigation controllers, and you must nearly most often use prepare for segue sender to talk to that navigation controller's controllers. But with tab bar controllers, we use only relationship segues, and they're dumb. They don't do anything. They just relate the controllers inside a tab bar controller's collection to the tab bar controller. These relationship segues and how they're connected to the view controllers, once we have set them up in Interface Builder, we don't have to worry about them. They just work. They're compiled, they're baked into the code for the application itself. Now, at the bottom in the images, and at the beginning I showed a slide that showed the tab bar. Those images can be controlled by us, of course. They are going to automatically be colorized by the tab bar's views tint property. Now, we'll show this in the demo. That's a little bit confusing to say, but it's very simple to understand when we see it. Now, we're going to try to use standard images that Apple has provided in apps as much as we can, but sometimes we have to use a custom image because the standard provided images just don't make sense for what we're trying to do. So if you must provide a custom image, you have to make two of them. You make one 30 by 30 and you make another one 60 by 60. Don't just make your 30 by 30 image and then blow it up. Make two separately. Get your art department or yourself, if you're artistic or whatever, to make a 30 by 30 and a 60 by 60. And the reason for two is that you must supply two because if the user has the device in Retina display, the 60 by 60 will actually be displayed as if it were 30 by 30 points. So you need both. It must be a single color. Now, Apple uses black. We can use any single color that we want to. It won't matter because the color isn't going to be displayed. It's going to be gray when it's not selected, and it's going to be whatever color is in the tab bar's view tint property when it is selected. So use black. And above all, keep it simple and keep it stylistically appropriate to iOS 7. This is very important. First of all, in 30 by 30 image, you really don't have much room to go crazy. But secondly, make sure that it fits the style of the existing images that Apple gives us for tabs. Thank you very much.